Hey Alpha Strikers, welcome to another set review for the OP figures of April? Yes, the early X-Men.
Alright, what do you got?
So, we are starting off with Havoc, okay? These guys are all pretty interesting. They were built just like the initial ones from Uncanny X-Men, the all new, all different. So they all possess this trait. We'll cover it one time here. So, unique modifier. When this character is healed by the X-Men team ability, modify its combat values by +1 until your next turn. So, this is very, very reliant on healing. Since they can't not be healed top dial, it's not very effective there, so watch for that. So, Havoc is 50 points, X-Men team ability, of course, has 7 range, 1 bolt, top click running shot, the rest have nothing, and his first 2 clicks have this power called Plasma Discharge. Havoc can use Energy Explosion and Penetrating Psychic Blast. And then last few clicks he has more Penetrating, and then Defense Powers ESD, and then Willpower with 3s and 2s. So, a little bit of discussion on this guy. Get his Pen Sight Energy Explosion in while you can with that 1 bolt. It is 1 penetrating damage, but that's about it. With the new rules, you can no longer pair Energy Explosion and Pensai. So he kind of gets a buff and a nerf all at the same time, because with the Energy Explosion, you get guaranteed 2 damage to everyone around him at 7 range. It's a little ridiculous. And if you are able to push him early and heal him, you can get that 8 range, 11 attack, 4 damage. But at that point, Pensai. All day choose Pensai.
So, actually, I think that this change as representative in Havoc is actually really good to show what the rule change is going to be like.
Yeah.
You're not really, nerfing anything. You're getting an exchange. The direction of the game is changing. Rather than being able to do 1 bolt with Energy Explosion that's penetrating, you now get to choose between a penetrating shot or an Energy Explosion that does 2 damage to everybody who's adjacent. You get to pick which one you want to do.
You get to pick the situation, which gives you some utility. We have to start seeing these new powers coming out, and I don't like saying this before the rules are actually done and over, but it's still kind of a big topic right now with you guys, and I think we should discuss this a little bit, is that the game is now giving you choices. Rather than combos, which things should be, what works with what's better for my situation? Am I targeting one guy for 3 penetrating damage as a reducer, or is there a cluster of minions that all have no reducers? I'm actually do all that much more damage.
Kill those generics.
Just kill him. So I think going forward he will be fine, because you'll have those options. All in all, this figure is pretty great. X-Men teams love him. I've always loved Havoc with Cyclops. They're always my 2 favorite bros. We also go over weaknesses they have.
Yeah.
Low clicks, but hey, 50 points, 5 clicks, that's not terrible. And if he has a range, you have a 19 or 20 in hindering. Just keep him in range, guys. He has no reason to be in the fight. He always has either Pensai or his Energy Explosion. Problem is, he becomes a turret. TK. If you can get some TK in your team, any kind of Jean Grey you can find out there, there's tons of X-Men options that can have TK. We'll get to one here later, I think, too, right?
Yep.
And that's what you want to do with him, guys. Move him around, just deal that penetrating damage.
All right, up next, Polaris. Keyword X-Men, 50 points again. I was really excited to see her. I really love this character. I loved it when they released her in Wolverine the X-Men, because, they released her alongside Havoc. They worked great together. These two still work really great together for 50 points apiece. Both have the X-Men TA. She starts with a special TK. She does have the trait, the all-new, all-different X-Men. We already covered. Her special attack power, Polaris can use telekinesis. When she uses it to make an object attack, increase the damage dealt by 1.
Whew.
So that basically means when she TKs a heavy object, it's now the equivalent of an ultra heavy.
Which could never be TK'd before.
Exactly.
Woo.
Light objects become heavy objects. For the short time that ultralights are in, they become light objects. Well, not quite, because they... Throne, they still do 1 damage.
Throne, they do 1.
Yeah, so they would do 2. There you go. Interesting thoughts there. She also has barrier and enhancement, so you're going to be standing people who can shoot next to her and, blocking them out whenever they're not shooting. She does have flight, so she can taxi some people around.
Hey.
Late dial, she drops into Force Blast, regular TK, and Willpower. I love this last click. I mean, just where she lands. If you hit her for 4, I've now got 11 attack with TK, Willpower, and Force Blast. I mean, that's a heck of a death scream for 50 points. Now, pairing her with both figures in this that do not have running shot, she's got that TK to put them in position, but you could also use her for that X-Men healing. Maybe, for example, Havoc pushes, you X-Men heal, and she takes one, so she goes down off her top click, and then Havoc could heal her back on another turn or have somebody else heal her and start passing around those +1s and really, just go down with that.
And the discussion here on these as well is like these things will take the precedence over the loss of ATAs when those come out down the road. So modern wise, I really like where WizKids is doing these team abilities with enhancements on traits.
Mm-hmm.
That is my new favorite thing. Like, I won't get too far into it, but like the ones they've done for Superior Foes and for Joker's Wild, those different modified team abilities they use makes them a lot more fun. And so WizKids keep doing that. I like that a lot.
And with the enhancement, like I was saying, if you stood her next to Havoc, he's now shooting for 4 damage top dial, or even with Banshee, another 4 damage. X-Men team, there's a lot of X-Men that have good range. Cyclops, Magneto,
Colossus.
Well, he doesn't have range.
No, but he's still a good close combat attacker.
If you do Age of Apocalypse,
ooh,
Colossus has that 8 range when he throws Wolverine. Anyway, she's a great battery to help somebody for 50 points and having a great offensive TK and some enhancement in there with the X-Men TA and the all-new, all-different X-Men backing it up. I think she's absolutely fantastic.
Weaknesses? None really?
Weaknesses, I say this every time I see this, no damage reducers. She has no shape change, no super senses, no toughness, no invulnerable, nothing to save her. If you manage to hit her for 5 damage, she's done. Just one shot, 50 points, it's all yours. But hopefully, she will have served her purpose as a TK support or a taxi or something along those lines before she gets taken out. Yeah. She doesn't possess a really high level of threat, but if ignored, she could definitely be a problem.
Yep. While those Ultra Heavies are in, guys, try her out. Let's talk about Banshee, guys.
Banshee with his new, amazingly new sculpt.
Yes.
Not really.
He has X-Men, Detective, and Police keywords, which are all pretty decent keywords. All new, all different. And then he has the special power called Wail of the Banshee. Do you want to read it, Mike?
Sure. What do you got?
There you go, buddy.
All right. So, Wail of the Banshee. Banshee can use Pulse Wave. Period. Awesome. When he does, hit characters of 100 points or less, which is basically almost every figure in the game now.
75% of the game almost right now.
Are also given an action token. So, without a move and attack, you're looking to TK him out there with a Pulse Wave of 4.
Mm-hmm.
Hand out action tokens with 10 to 11 attack, depending if you were able to heal him up before you got him out there.
And he's rocking the initial deflection. No reducers either. Big drop there. His biggest downside, in my opinion, is he has 0 move and attack at all. He really is, like Mike said, TK him into position, Pulse Wave, and then hope he's back far enough not to just get charged up upon, wrecked by Wolverine or someone with a heavy object.
I could see some really good things coming together with these guys if you play Age of Apocalypse Chase Magneto, who hands out the X-Men keyword, right? And then play somebody with enhancement and drop a WizKid on there with these turret-type characters. Woo! Increase your attack and range. I mean, both these guys are shooting for 8s with 11 and 4. Not to mention if you have some more enhancement in there with Polaris. A lot of TK to throw people around. I mean, wow. You could really set up a good turret shot there.
They do have that range. Like, I am seeing less and less figures these days that even have remotely 7 or 8 range. And they have them for 50 freaking points.
Yeah.
So, it's give and take. They obviously wanted to give you less move and attack because you have that long range. Kind of like the old style. They all have, 10 ranges but 0 move and attack?
Well, I wouldn't say 10, it was 8. 10 was out of the norm usually, but...
But, yeah, they're saying you move up, You do your first attack, you push, you stay there. You just keep shooting. And hopefully, they don't get you back. But overall, let's give our scores.
All right.
Start with Havoc. So for 50 points, the capabilities and the utility he will have now and going forward, I'm going to give him a solid 4. 4 out of 5. He has everything that a Havoc would have, penetrating damage like Cyclops, and energy explosion because his is a little more chaotic.
Shaka-bluey.
than Cyclops is. So character creation, perfect. Dial's a little squishy, but 50 points, I can't complain with what's there. So solid 4 out of 5, would play once.
I would definitely give it a 4 as well. I really think, being able to running shot and, choice of penetrating psychic blast, energy explosion, the anticipation, the new rules, survivability within his shield, make it hard to hit him back, and the X-Men TA to pair him up with other X-Men that can pass around damage and do some healing there. 4, solid. I think he could see some use. I'll probably play him more than once.
Always gotta remember the X-Men team ability is a heal. It's just an automatic heal. So
auto heal 1, possibly take damage from
possibly
doing
take damage, which they're okay with because they heal back and get this awesome +1s.
All right, Polaris. What do you say?
You first. Choose yours.
Oh. All right. Well, overall, the fact that she's a 50-point TK that, I like to use TK offensively to throw objects into people because currently it still does get around stealth, and the fact that it does more damage. I really liked her previous version that she was able to TK people and deal them damage after she TK'd them.
Yeah.
I got to give her a 4. She's not good enough to be a full-on 5 because, 50 points with no move and attack, she really is a good, solid support piece with enough threat that she's not just, if you take out everybody else on my team, she's, not going to save me. She's still got a couple of good swings in her, so I'm going to give her a 4 as well.
Yeah, based on what Mike said, because, her utility is amazing, it's not like free TK, unfortunately, so a 4 will be my score as well. She has potential, and she has barrier up top or ESD up top? Barrier. So, yeah, 17 defense, mostly naked, that's really scary. I wish she had at least a click of shape change or something to keep her alive, maybe some super senses.
That's what they make symbiotes for.
Yes, they do. But, yeah, solid 4. Banshee. So I really hate to give a Banshee this kind of score. My only letdown is the lack of move and attack, and you have to build around his handicap there a little bit. If he had just given him 1 click of sidestep, I would have been fine. Easy 4 out of 5. But I'm giving him a 3, only because he takes more to make him work than he probably should require for 50 points. He is a 50-point taxi. He does carry. He does have Pulse Wave, but if I'm going to throw a Pulse Wave out there, I don't want someone next to him on my team he's carrying out.
Right.
So he has downfalls. So yeah, solid 3 out of 5.
3?
Yep.
Well, I'm going to have to go even lower. I'm going to trash this figure. I got to give him a 2 for a lot of the reasons you said. He's got flight, 10 movement. Sure, he's a taxi, but that's going to really negate my use of Pulse Wave. Granted, I can Pulse Wave and then have him X-Men heal a person next to him and get that bonus, but I'm risking the fact that I've already weakened one of my characters and that you're going to be able to take them out the next turn. It's great that he can hand out those action tokens and that it's really prevalent, but you have to put him with somebody who can TK or get him out there, or you're looking at pushing him without willpower, which again has the possibility of making him weaker to where he can be one-shot, and that's 50 points off your team. I'm just not seeing it.
For a one-shot pony, which is really sad.
Yeah. No move and attack is what brings him down to a 2. And, it just kind of feels like they missed the mark, unfortunately. And that they wanted us to have a Banshee that could do a Pulse Wave for really inexpensive, but we don't have any way to get him out there. It's kind of like you have to put him somewhere, wait for somebody to roll up next to him, and then he Pulse Waves.
Yeah, because, you're sure, with the ESD, he's a 19. That's like, I don't want to shoot you for 50 points because you're just 50 points and you're not really causing me any harm. Because he really isn't. He's out there waiting for you to be within that 4 range. And it's like, you're just not, if you can avoid it.
He's still got 3 up top, but then I'm just looking at, 7 range, 3 attack, or 10 attack. There's a lot of figures I can use that get that have more options that can help me overall. So, and the fact that we still have Sunfire, who has running shot, Pulse Wave for 50 points, it just, again, it feels really uninspired. I feel that the Banshee just came in short. So
Yeah.
give him a solid 2.
All right, guys, that has been our review on the early X-Men OP kit for April. Hopefully this has been informative to you guys to which one you want to pick when playing at your local events. So please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and tell us how we're doing. And if you have any thoughts on these figures, we'd love to hear about them in the comments below.
All right, and remember, until next time,
Strike first.
and strike hard.